Hello again, Dr. Adriana Popescu here, licensed clinical psychologist, empowerment coach, addiction and trauma specialist, and I'm in the midst of a series here for you all on anxiety, how to get rid of it, my top tools for dealing with it, and I'm in the middle of a series of questions. We talked about in a prior video 4 questions that you can ask to challenge those negative thoughts, feelings, emotions you're experiencing. Who does this? What is this? Sorry. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? How do I change it? In the last video, I talked about who does it belong to. In this video, I want to talk about yet another question from Access Consciousness that I have found really helpful in challenging whatever it is that's creating the anxiety, which is what's right about this that I'm not getting, right? Or what's right about me that I'm not getting. Okay? Because a lot of times what's creating anxiety is negative thinking. Your head, your mind is like a hamster on a wheel, running, and ruminating over something, right? And when it's anxiety, it's usually along the lines of, oh my God, I can't believe I said or did that, shoulda, coulda, woulda, blah, blah, blah. Or it's very future oriented towards, oh, something is coming up and I know it's not going to go well. And you've got some sort of catastrophic thinking around what is to come, okay? And so that's creating all these physical sensations and emotions, panic, butterflies in your stomach, all these different things, right? And you're experiencing anxiety, all the way perhaps to the point of even a full-blown panic attack, which many people do suffer from, right? So when you ask yourself what's right about this situation that I'm not getting, or what's right about me that I'm not getting, that question wedges right into, it's like putting wedging something into that cog, in the wheel of all of that negative thinking, and instantly stops it because it forces you to look at things from a different perspective. So, for example, I, a couple of years ago, had a fender bender. I was driving in my car on my way to work and ended up getting in an accident with someone, and I was pretty sure it was my fault. I don't really know what happened, but in my head, of course, I immediately went into like worst case scenarios and, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I was so stupid. How did I do that? My rates are going to go up. It's going to be a hassle to get the car fixed, blah, blah, blah. Nobody was hurt, thankfully. But, I'm sitting there ruminating and all of that. And then I remember my tools. Oh, right. What's right about all this that I'm not getting? And then I added another question, which I'll throw in here too. What's right about all this that I'm not getting? And what would it take for this to turn out greater than I could ever imagine? And long, crazy story, but it ended up that they couldn't figure out who was at fault. So we were 50-50. So my insurance rates did not go up. In fact, my rates actually went down because my car couldn't be fixed and they bought it out, or it was going to cost more to fix it than to keep it. And anyways, I ended up getting cash that I needed to pay a tax bill, which was the question I had asked, is what would it take for the money to show up for this tax bill? I ended up getting exactly the amount I needed to pay my tax bill. My car I didn't get fixed, but I ended up selling it like a year later anyways, and it was just really cosmetic damage on the side. And it turned out greater than I ever could have imagined because I used those questions. What's right about this I'm not getting? And what would it take for it to turn out greater than I can imagine? A situation that most people would think was pretty negative and catastrophic. So what's right about this I'm not getting? What's right about me that I'm not getting? Like, what if I could trust myself that maybe I'm not an idiot behind the wheel? Maybe all of this is happening for a reason. What's the silver lining in all of this? Like, any number of questions you can ask. When you are, to go back to the example that I gave in an earlier video around the job interview, if you are like in a negative thinking cycle around, I'm not good enough, they're not going to want to hire me. When you ask that question, what's right about me I'm not getting? Oh, but you know what? I actually can be really, really good at my job. And I've had interviews in the past that I've totally knocked it out of the park. And actually, I've had more successes than I've ever even had failures. Like, what am I actually even afraid of? The art of asking all of these questions starts to open you up to some different possibilities and starts to get you out of the negative thinking loop. And one last question I'll add into the mix is, what else is possible? That was really what I was asking with the car accident that I had. What else is possible here? What's it going to take for this to turn out greater than I could ever imagine? What else is possible? Inviting in a different possibility. What would it be like if I actually aced this upcoming interview? What would it be like if I were to acknowledge my gifts and capacities rather than focusing on what I think is wrong with me? Okay, so how does it get any better than this? You can use that one too. What else is possible? Use those two questions when things are crappy. Like, oh my God, I just got in an accident. Ugh, what else is possible? How does it get any better than this? So that you're asking the universe, because the universe does function from this ask and you shall receive principle, okay? So when you ask, the universe will bring you a different possibility. So how does it get any better than this? Who does this belong to? Say those things when it's crappy. Say those things when it's good. When I got the money for the car from that accident, I was like, oh my God, universe, this is so awesome. How does it get even better than this? And what else is possible now, right? So that you're asking for that positive momentum to continue. So questions that we went over here. What's right about this I'm not getting? What's right about me I'm not getting? How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? And what would it take for all of this to turn out greater than I could ever imagine? Want to find out more? You can find out more about Access Consciousness at their website, accessconsciousness.com. You can find out more about me at my website, adrianapopescu.org. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.